After the Second World War, we would have expected an increase in moral values. What we are seeing in the recent past is, on the contrary, a terrible decrease in moral value with more and more violence, and the summum of this violence is an epidemic of terrorist acts. We have seen terrorist acts all over the world, from North America to South America, from Europe to Africa and Asia. More and more blood. And the governments are aware of the danger of that situation. They are tackling it with their possible means, which are police and sometimes the army. But what can you do against terror when terror is based on religion? I don't want to say that all Muslims are terrorists, on the contrary, but it is a matter of fact that all terrorists are Muslims. And this situation is aggravated by the fact that there is a growing population respecting the Islam religion, and this is the shell in which terrorists are finding their food. We have to face the fact that there is today 1.3 billion Muslims in the world. They are spread over all the continents. Even in Europe, we have around 10% of the European population which is Muslim. If you take the school age, the population is probably closer to 15%. And this fact is aggravated by their growing influence. More and more political parties try to seduce the Muslim voters. We see in a country like France regularly at least 3 ministers coming from Muslim origin. How can we confront this situation? We are only 13 million Jews in the world, which represents only 1% of the world Muslim population. Of course, we have probably much more Nobel Prizes. We have probably much more economic and financial influence. But nevertheless, the problem is of such a size that we need to find supports. And we can find supports because we are not alone to be frightened by this epidemic of Muslim fanaticism deriving on terrorism. We can find support in the Catholic Church. There are over 1 billion Catholics in the world. We can find support among the Protestant world, where there are a few 100 million people. We can find support also in Asia with the Buddhists or the Hindus, which represent also billions of people. And we also can find support in the Arab world, where some of the leaders are moderate leaders, like in Egypt, like in Jordan, maybe like in the Emirates or in Saudi Arabia, where these leaders are fearing the danger of the Islamist extremists. So I believe that we have a duty to try and create a coalition of people who are concerned by this situation. Imagine that the Pope would made a common declaration with Ronald Lauder on, for instance, the project of construction mosque 2 blocks away from 9/11. I believe that that could have prevented Barack Hussein Obama to make a declaration in favor of that declaration. I believe, in conclusion, that it is probably the duty of the World Jewish Congress to be a catalyst in creating a coalition of people and organizations which want really to fight against the development of terrorism and Islamist extremism. Thank you.